Why is it that when I look like this, no lashes, lip gloss, no makeup, nothing, like a naked mole rat for real? Why is it when I look like this, I get the most compliments?
Ladies and gentlemen, I have a wife. Okay? Been with the young lady for quite some time. And, throughout the course of our relationship, I have often told her or reiterated to her that, in a joking way, mind you, if I could not roll over in the morning and look at you in the face and still find you to be attractive, you would not be here today. Now, I wasn't saying that to be rude or inconsiderate or, oh my God, you're so bastos, which means rude and Tagalog and all that shit. I wasn't saying it to be an ass. I was saying it to be true. And I was letting my young lady know that I personally admire her natural beauty. You see, back when we were in second year college, she was just starting in her nursing rotations, right? So she really got used to the minimal makeup. And this was about the time that we actually met the first time, right? Second year college. Um, we weren't dating, of course, but we met in second year college, right? So she was doing her nursing rounds and stuff, and minimal makeup, no fingernail polish, no anything, it's bare minimum shit, right? So no makeup, no nothing. And I found her to be highly attractive even back then, right? And it blows my mind, even as we fast forward to where we are today, and she's spending X amount of money on makeup. We're not going to go into the details because if you have a young lady or you're seeing somebody or dating somebody or you're married, you know what the numbers are. But it blows my mind even today that I could tell her straight up, baby girl, you look good without shit. You don't need it. I fuck with you. I love you. Whatever. Right? You the way you look is just fine without all that stuff. But deep down inside, what I've kind of understood and internalized is it's a her thing and not a me thing, right? It has absolutely nothing to do with me. It has nothing to do with how I feel. It has nothing to do with how I perceive her. It really is about how women perceive themselves when they go out and what makeup does for them. Now, I wouldn't necessarily say in my situation that the makeup hides the insecurities, because I try my best to make sure she don't have any of that, right? I try to encourage her every single day. I can't really do everything, but at the same time, sometimes women wear makeup to hide insecurities or to hide things that they're not happy about or this, that, and the other. But when I tell them, and I told her from Jump Street, I fuck with you because you're beautiful even without all of it. A lot of women have a hard time understanding why men, in general, like a woman that wears minimal makeup or find them to be attractive. And for me, like I tell you time and time again, it's more or less meeting a woman in her close to rawest form whenever she's, dressed down, right? Not a lot of makeup, not a lot of lip gloss. And if I can accept you looking like that, I can only imagine. My mind can only imagine what you look like when you get dolled up to the nines, right? If this is how you perceive yourself, like a 5 or a 6 or whatever, however you rate yourself without makeup, I can only imagine what you look like when you go all out. And I don't care what nobody say. That's very exciting, but I need you to understand, baby girl, that I accept you right here. I'm cool with this. I like this. It's a woman that doesn't seem like they're seeking attention. It's a woman, it's crazy, like she said in the video, right? I'm not out here looking for the attention, but I'm getting it, and this is where I get a lot of the compliments. But what blows my mind is how can you not see that this is what men really do want? Did a video a while back about guys preferring women in their natural bodies versus women with BBLs and all that shit. And a lot of women still have a hard time believing and or in their mind, they're like, oh, guys are just saying that. They really don't like that. But in reality, let's call it for what it is. Y'all don't know how goofy y'all really look when you got these skinny legs and you have this just cartoonish derriere, whatever you want to call it, without saying the ass word. I don't already said it. Y'all don't know how goofy y'all look with that. It looks so disproportionate, right? It don't even look like it's supposed to fit the body. That's why it's more funny and laughable than anything. But what I will say is this: you gonna find somebody who gonna want that, right? Not necessarily want a BBL, but a girl with a nice, behind. Naturally preferred, but at the same time, if you give them an opportunity to touchdown, field goal, whatever, if you give him a chance to score, he gonna take it. I mean, let's call it for what it is. I'm not gonna lie to you. He gonna hit it. It's just the way that it is. If you gonna put it in front of me and you don't think I'm gonna hit it, you're stupid. I'm gonna give it a chance because it's an opportunity that's laid out before me, but it's not necessarily what I'm looking for, and it's not necessarily what I want as a man. You'll get that from a lot of guys. Yeah, they'll do it, but it ain't necessarily what they're looking for. At the same time, it sucks and it's unfortunate, but women who go this extra mile, in my personal opinion, is actually, giving a guy the inclination that, this woman ain't really about much if the first thing that she wants to do is enhance her body, right? Maybe you just believe that your assets are going to get you everywhere you need to go in life, and, there's no need for communication, there's no need for any of this other stuff, because that's all you want to focus on. And if we know that, high percentage chance, we just going to want the body. We're going to want the box and then chuck the deuces, because there's nothing else in there for us. There's nothing else to gain from being around you or being with you. But back to the topic at hand, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of us do prefer natural women. I personally love my woman natural, right? And I think that, and you know where the good docs is going with this one, this is why a lot of guys choose to go overseas, right? You're not going to find a lot of the women dolled up to the nines like that, right? Especially in areas like Southeast Asia, where makeup and stuff can be very, very hard to come by, right? Very, very expensive. So they're not able to spend a large amount of money on building out their makeup chest or whatever it may be. They may touch up here and there, but for the most part, you're not going to find a young lady that's really out there in them streets like that, unless they got money like that. But your greater majority of young ladies overseas, they're not doing that. They really ain't like that. Like where I grew up or where I found myself living when I was in the Philippines, that wasn't really the vibe, man. Everybody was just in their natural state. Again, like I said, in college, there was actually kind of rules against, being heavily made up and all that stuff. You may have one or two girls in the college where I went to that had it like that or were doing it like that. But for the most part, a lot of people couldn't afford to do that, right? A lot of the young ladies, college level couldn't afford to do it. So when I was meeting them at that stage and at that state. And I do believe that's where a lot of guys want to meet their women. Be natural, ladies. Be natural. We ain't really out here in these streets looking for a clown. Sorry. Let's call it for what it is. Heavily made up, lips all fucking just all over the place, man. We're not looking for clowns, boo-boo. We want somebody that we can, share in quality. And I tell you the truth, this is the good doc's rule, man. If you go in bed with the good doc and you leave half your face on my pillow, we got a problem. Right? If you leave half your face on my pillow because you just want to go to bed with the makeup on and you leave half that shit on my pillow, now I'm mad. Somebody got to watch that. It ain't going to be me. And then at that point, it kind of made me feel and realize that, what do you look like without all this, man? If you caked it on real thick, what do you look like without all this? Kind of scary. I don't even want to think about it because it's giving me nightmares just thinking about it. But again, what do I know? I'm a married dude. I just talk my shit, keep pushing. But I'm definitely interested, gentlemen, to know what you guys think, man. You prefer your woman in your natural state? Like, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about makeup? Do you believe it's a waste of money, even though it is a billion-dollar industry? Ulta and all these brands are out here killing it because women it's almost as if they prey on women with insecurities. But when you can't afford it, I guess that's when you're able to meet a woman where she at. And I could kind of appreciate that, right? Like I said, when I was overseas, not too many people can afford the expensive brands, so you kind of had to deal with them for what they look like. And if you could deal with it, and most times we could, because most young ladies overseas, the natural beauty is there. You know it. Trust me, you know it. If you know it, they glow up is going to be crazy. Right? I made a video too many years ago. You'll never remember it because I think it's no longer available. But I said in the video that I would rather date a young lady that's a 5, 6, or a 7 than an 8, 9, or 10, because at the 10 you're already maxed out, right? You've already peaked. What the fuck can I do with you if you've already peaked, right? But 6, 7, and 8, you giving me that natural vibe. You may not all be all the way there, or you look good at a 5, 6, or a 7 without all the makeup on. I can only imagine what you look like when you go the distance, right? So I could deal with you where you at, meet you where you at, and on those nights where it calls for you to show up and show out, I already know, man, I'm gonna have the baddest bitch in the room. You see? Type shit. But anyways, that's another story for another day, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. If you have not already, I know this is too late and y'all ain't made it this far in the video, but if you haven't already and you want to support the Good Doc over on Patreon, by all means, man, make sure you click the link in the description area below. Got some vault content over there, some old shit that I had just sitting and waiting to be able to deliver to you guys, man. I hope you enjoy it. Make sure you check it out. $5, $10 tiers, man. And the Good Doc would appreciate the support as we get ready to transition into this next chapter in what is it, chapter 3? Not chapter 3, but season 3 of the Philippine journey, right? I can't wait, man. I cannot wait to show you. But that's my time, effort, and energy, man. Appreciate y'all locking in. International Passport Association hoodies, linked below this video as well. Y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed, man. Doc is out. Peace.